about Bill Gates showing up in these publications. Something is fishy. What do you think it is? Normally, you'd watch the mainstream media heaping all sorts of praise on Bill Gates. His philanthropy, of course, is second to none, they'll tell you, right? He's done so much good in the world. He goes to Africa, and he really helps all of those children. Wink, wink, he's also doing all sorts of fun experiments down there that you don't know about, along with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's MSNBC. Here's just one example, just one random example that I pulled out of a hat of them kissing his ass.
You can now speak any language anywhere in the world thanks to this new device. This device lets you communicate with anyone on the planet.
Of them kissing his ass.
And welcome to our exclusive interview with Bill Gates, the entrepreneur, Microsoft co-founder, software developer, and philanthropist. Thanks for being here.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Great to talk to you.
I'm so excited that you're here. And philanthropist. And then it goes on from there. There's no tough questions that come from those interviews.
That's all we get.
That's all we got. I'm not going to waste your time. I just want to set the stage here because I can literally play 30 different examples of this from CNBC to the Today Show. It doesn't matter. They all start the same way. And our greatest philanthropist in the world, Bill Gates, is here. Bill, thanks for wearing a green sweater today. I'm so glad to see you, Uncle Bill. But over the past few weeks, something has shifted. It's been subtle but important. The mainstream media has been starting to ask some tougher questions to Bill Gates, and sometimes directly to his face, about his relationship with the murdered Jeffrey Epstein, the known sex offender. The mainstream media is funded, of course, by deep state billionaires that run the World Economic Forum. Tough questions like this are starting, though, to emerge, where Gates tells us that he's only ever had dinner with Jeffrey Epstein, and that's it. Nothing else to see here, like this interview.
One of the issues that's dogged you is that of your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you regret the relationship that you maintained with him against Melinda's advice and wishes?
Oh, I've said that you're going way back in time, but yeah,
New audience.
I will say for the, over 100th time, yeah, I should have had dinners with him.
Epstein had a way of sexually compromising people. Is that what Melinda was warning you about?
No. I mean, I had dinner with him, and that's all.
Oh.
And that you regret the relationship, the acquaintance?
That I had dinner with him.
And the relationship between the Foundation and Epstein, which
There never was any relationship at any time.
Really?
36 times.
Yeah, 36 times. That's it. That's all that
Plus,
happened.
they flew to France together. Do you just fly to France with people?
Well, if you pick up the Wall Street Journal this morning, you'll learn that it's a total lie, what you just saw there, and we always knew it was a lie. According to the Wall Street Journal, here's the front page of the Wall Street Journal today. Jeffrey Epstein appeared to threaten Bill Gates over Microsoft co-founder's affair with a Russian bridge player. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein discovered that Bill Gates had an affair with a Russian bridge player and later appeared to use his knowledge to threaten one of the world's richest men, according to people familiar with the matter. Microsoft co-founder met the woman around 2010 when she was in her 20s. Epstein met her in 2013 and later paid for her to attend software coding school. In 2017, Epstein emailed Gates and asked him to be reimbursed for the cost of that course, according to people familiar with the matter. So this email came after the convicted sex offender had struggled and failed to persuade Gates to participate in a multi-million-dollar charitable fund that Epstein tried to establish with J.P. Morgan Chase. The implication behind the message, according to people who have viewed it, was that Epstein could reveal that the affair if Gates didn't keep an association between the two men. So what's interesting about this Wall Street Journal piece is Natalie and I were talking earlier over coffee, as we often do. It's like the Wall Street Journal in some ways, and so I don't want to lead the witness here, but it's like the Wall Street Journal in some ways is almost providing some cover to Bill Gates.
They're giving him an alibi. They're saying Bill Gates, yes, hung out with Epstein a lot, but only because he was being blackmailed about an extramarital affair. And they printed a quote by Bill Gates saying, yes, or Bill Gates' spokesperson saying, yes, they did spend time together, and this affair thing was something that Epstein was using because he could not lure Bill Gates into his schemes, which on the surface, if you're
So
right?
Bill Gates was just an unwitting.
But it makes it seem like Bill Gates then does know about some schemes.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, I'm not going to get in on your schemes. Well, I've got this affair I'm going to make public. Oh, okay, then let's just keep having some dinners. That doesn't make any sense. It seems like almost an alibi that the Wall Street Journal is giving Bill Gates.
Let us know in the chat what you think. Is it an alibi from the Wall Street
Like,
Journal?
is it better that it's just an affair and he's since been divorced, so we care less about it now? Like,
Right,
maybe that was the press, the thing that led his marriage to the brink.
Or the many affairs that he's had. So here's one of them. And this is, of course, who the Wall Street Journal is referring to. This is Antonova. That's her name. And that's Bill Gates. There, the young bridge player. There she is, the young lady that Bill Gates was having an affair with. And that's a close-up of her.
Yeah.
She's a big fan of bridge, and she would give speeches about it. Here she is talking about it. Play this here.
Phone calls, bridge. So when we think about bridge, we also imagine the old ladies like that, right? So everyone think that it's only for my grandma play or my aunt play. But look at this, guys. Do I look like an old person to you? I'm talking about Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Warren Buffett started playing bridge since he was 13 years old. And you know what? They donated $1 million to promote bridge at schools.
Yeah, convenient, that money, what it travels to. That young girl, right? This is Erin Elizabeth who tweeted this. She's been following this story for many, many years. She writes on Substack. She said, "Meet Mila Antonova, the young bridge player who Bill Gates had an affair with in 2010. Jeffrey Epstein found out about this affair, used it as leverage against Bill Gates. Bill Gates began having private meetings with Epstein in 2011, but Epstein didn't find out about the affair until 2013. So Bill was already friends with him well before the blackmail. In one email to his colleagues after meeting with Epstein, Bill Gates said this, quote, his lifestyle is very different and kind of intriguing, although it would not work for me. It turns out it did work for Bill, as he even flew on Epstein's private jets to meet with him.
Well, maybe he means the scope of it.
Maybe. According to Melinda Gates, Gates' friendship with Epstein played a huge role in their divorce. Of course, friend of the show, Whitney Webb, thinks there was a lot more to the Melinda side of the story that we haven't even talked about here. We'll start to learn more about Bill Gates, and this is the question, are we going to start to hear now more about Bill Gates and young women? This is the question. Many have speculated that the vast trove of child pornography that was found at Bill Gates' mansion is just the tip of the iceberg. Many of you might not even know about this story because it's been buried and suppressed. Good luck finding a lot of info about it. The story was buried, of course, and a man that worked at Bill Gates' house at the time was arrested for it. Did he take the fall? Many speculate that the guy that took the fall for this may have taken the fall for the powerful billionaire that lived in that house. This was back in 2014. Watch this news report when this story broke from the Gates mansion.
And tonight he's charged with having and trading a massive amount of child pornography. Federal 7's Gary Horker is live near the Gates compound in Medina. And Gary, this man worked as an engineer for the family.
That's what SPD Intelligence found out, Steve. They found out that the man actually worked for the Bill and Melinda Gates mansion on the grounds of their sprawling 66,000 square foot estate, and that's where they found him and questioned him last March. The estate is behind us, right on the lakefront here, but this is a few blocks away, and it's as close as their security will allow us to get. But according to King County prosecutors, 51-year-old Rick Allen Jones was questioned by detectives about images of child porn and even child rape that were sent from Jones's home computer. Now, none of this alleged crime actually happened at the Gates mansion, but it was here that Rick Allen Jones admitted to detectives he collected child porn for about 10 years, sending images through his Gmail account. Now, while Jones was talking to detectives at the Gates estate, 3 more SPD detectives had a search warrant to search Jones's Ballard apartment. There, they say they found more than 6,000 images of graphic child porn and rape, 133 of which were children identified by police. We tried Jones's apartment for comment. We got no response. We also reached out to Bill and Melinda Gates' foundation, and we did not hear back. So, in fact, we do not know if he's been fired by the Gates' family. Another mystery into this is why Jones was never jailed or charged by these allegations up until now. The investigation started here at the Gates Foundation, the Gates Mansion, in March, And the criminal complaint, which I have right here, says he has to show up in court and face a judge in the coming days. So we're going to keep track of this. We're digging into the charges. We'll keep you posted on the latest. Live from the lakefront in Medina tonight, I'm Gary Horker, Counter 7, Eyewitness.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. So the investigation started at Bill Gates' home, even though the guy said he never did anything bad at their home. And then the confession happened at Bill Gates' home, just because Bill Gates likes to open his house for people to confess crimes.
Yeah, I guess.
Why else were they there?
Go to his office. Everyone
The
has access to
investigation
his office.
started there,
Yeah.
and the confession happened there, but we are to believe that it had nothing to do.
And the reporter asks, why was he not jailed? Like, why now? We just learned him. And then he only gets 90 days? Okay. Interesting. So a lot of people in the chat room saying, he's a patsy. He's the fall guy.
And Bill Gates, one of the mastermind of shrink wrap software, couldn't have figured out that this was happening on his...
Right, like, this guy's there to fix his computer.
Right.
Bill Gates can't fix his own computer.
Well, I mean, Bill Gates didn't come up with these programs himself. He is responsible for shrink wrapping them into software programs, but he still has a programming background. Go ahead, Philip.
Well, I was just gonna so the argument is that this IT guy, somebody who's a professional in things like email and digital tracking and stuff like that, presumably he would know that if you're sending illegal images, email is not how you would go about it. I would think that's like they have algorithms that search that stuff.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna
That seems a little fishy.
A little. And if I'm gonna go and send illicit activity, I'm not gonna go to Bill Gates' house to do that. Like,
Right.
I'm sure he has great Wi-Fi, the best in
So
the
he's
area.
like, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do all of my all the nefarious stuff today. I'm gonna do it when I get to the office at Bill Gates' office
Right.
on his computer. Like, that's where I'm gonna
Not
do it.
Starbucks, which
Right.
also has open Wi-Fi. That's a bit too slow.
Right.
Right? Not Kinko's.
Also convenient, isn't it? It's just so convenient how all of this comes together.
Doesn't pass the smell test, my dude.
No, but we'll see how much of this comes out and what these emails that Wall Street Journal appears to have their hands on as they keep dripping out stories about Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein. And why are we hearing about this now? Let us know your thoughts on this in the chat below. Is this